So 13 stars in the 13th constellation, and there was something about my subconscious nudging me about the 13 stars on the original flag. I keep having this dream that our key, that our constellation, I'll keep that, constitution, is down, is that our flag keeps appearing as the original 13 colonies in a circle. And we're like, what is that? So I have seen people complaining online about 9 stars on the flag in like this little emoji format. That's not what I'm talking about, but my dreams have been contemporary with that. And these are not necessarily prophetic dreams. This is my subconscious nudging me about Grail mythology at the same time that I'm seeing in the waking world this complaining about the 9 stars. And I'm not sure which came first, but I feel like it's important and it does factor in. So I did a good old-fashioned Google search of what constellations have 13 stars, thinking it'll probably be 2 or 3. And there's one, and it's the 13th of the zodiac. So it was omitted by the Babylonians because they wanted a 12-month, 12 constellation system. And the reason that it was omitted was because they wanted about the same amount of time per angle in the constellation, and it's too cramped in with Scorpio and Sagittarius, so they omitted it. To the Greeks, it's Asclepius, and I believe it's got a similar serpent association to the Babylonians as well. And it's in reference to Hydra, the great sky snake. And so Hydra and Ophiucus are both recognized constellations of the 88 constellations. Interesting number of constellations. But I'll get off my soapbox. Just kidding, I won't. Anyway, it's about Grail mythology. So we are seeing right now the establishment of the false Roman Empire. So they're equating Mars, Rome, and Ares, and establishing a state religion, which is basically copying the establishment of the Holy Roman Empire under Constantine. So symbolically in the astral, I'm seeing repeatedly, and I've mentioned this in several videos, a equilateral cross that attacks the snake with the help of the horse of God, which is a false reference to Constantine. So again, they're like adopting, it's cherry picking. It's like making a quilt out of a bunch of different things. They're adopting different ideologies, symbols, and words and sewing them together. What I think the end goal is genetic engineering, compulsory genetic engineering. And this is to try to outpace the sun because they think the sun is going to destroy the world. So I'm a sun worshiper and I disagree with genetic engineering. You can disagree with me, you're welcome to, but if you get weird, I will ban you because I'm too old to deal with that shit. And this is really just when I've entertained haters, it just hasn't gone well. Like, I think it's going to lead to greater learning. It will not, because they're too emotionally immature to actually have a real conversation. So anyway, if you act like an ass, you'll be banned, but we can talk about it, I suppose. So I don't expect that everybody agrees with me, and I'm working on the symbolic level, the astral. So the astral is part material and mostly immaterial. So this is where like a ghost will shut doors and stuff. It can interact, or you feel things energetically in your body. Like you meet someone and you're like, ugh, and you have a physical reaction. So the astral is part material, but mostly immaterial, and that has to do with past lives and symbols. So it's the reason that unicorns are real is because it's a concept to us. Is it possible that they physically existed? Yes, actually a 6-year-old who loves dinosaurs talked to me about it. Was like, well, what if rhinos are the same thing as horses? And I'm like, what if they are? And they are. They're equines. So that's interesting. It is possible we had unicorns. But the reason that they're considered real isn't because they're physically walking around. It's because we know what a unicorn is. Okay, so this is my field. So it's not so much about material politics, although I understand that's a privileged position. I'm working on the symbolic. Please work on your stuff too. So when I'm telling you these things, it's not because I'm trying to predict a zodiacal thing. It's because I want you to have an introductory level of Grail mythology and genetic engineering and how that is Nazism and how they interact. Because I've been studying this for now almost a decade, since, 2012. So wait, is that more? That's more than a decade. Okay, anyway. So what I nickname Nazism, I do it not just for the shock factor, and I'm really happy I can actually say the word now. I do it not just for the shock factor, but for the historical reference so people understand the horror of the gravity of if this is allowed to continue. Do I suggest that we rise up in the streets? No, we'll just be detained with the rest of the people. Is it important to spiritually educate yourself? Yes, and that's what I'm here for. That's just one tiny piece. Okay. All right, I'm going to do part 3 on the actual Greek mythology because I'm trying to break these up into smaller bits. So I hope that this makes some sense. This factors into this larger predictive model that my subconscious is showing me. I'm not sure that that will be your language or the physical experience. The reason is because Grail mythology, Holy Grail, genetic superiority, white supremacy, Aryan stuff is coming next after Christian nationalism is legalized. And I have more videos on this. I can link you if you want.